Well, this is the last box, Kami Unbound. Now, if I remember correctly, these are basically miniature upgrades for your gods, and you know they're totally optional extra, but again another nice to have. So it's pretty standard for these extras. A couple of extra rules, discussing some of the minis and what they do, and then of course, because you've now got minis, you're going to get some cards for your gods. You're also going to get some extra cards. Now, I believe in one of the other videos I might have said that these cards were sort of duplicates, but actually, just to clarify, although there might be some duplicates, these also bring new options to your game to mix things up. Anyway, let's have a quick look at these and then have a look at the minis. Okay, so we've got Piety, Path of the Builder, Path of the Kamushu, Sincerity, Path of the Favoured, Oni of Blood, so I'm pretty sure that's a duplicate, Form of the Tanuka, Way of the Kiri, Oni of Spite, and Oni of Hate. So, as I say, a little bit of a mix of existing cards, but also upgraded options. Then we've got our God cards. Now these, I'm pretty sure, are all in the base box, so these are just cards and miniatures for the stuff that actually comes in that. But as you can see, it actually says here, the figures of the player with the highest honour in this province can't be killed by other players. So that's a pretty neat ability when you've got the miniature actually in the province. Double the harvest rewards in this province. Win in this war province token also grants its harvest reward. Okay, that's ridiculous, that one. Hachiman. In this province, Rhine tokens count as 2 force. That's pretty good. This guy here, only Bushi and Kami figures count their force in this province. Rujin counts as 1 force for each different type of season card his controller has. Non-Kami figures can't move out of this province. Oh, that's interesting. And then, before resolving war in this province, all players with force in it gain money. That's pretty cool. So yeah, these are all pretty redunculous upgrades and nice to have. So they are represented by minis. So when you actually get their favour, you get this card and the mini, and that's pretty cool. So let's have a look at the minis. Okay, so the minis are in this weird sort of whitish plastic that might not show up very well on the camera, so let's have a look. So this guy here, who is this? This is Fujin, I believe. So this fellow here. Yeah, that's pretty dynamic. Yeah, he's sort of letting out a huge gust of wind or something, I guess. Pretty cool character. I like him. We then got our kind of Oni character. This, what's it, Rajin? So yeah, let's have a look at him. Yeah, he's pretty cool with his 4 drums. I like him. He's a lovely little figure. Anyway, let's move along to the next one. Oh, go in. So this guy here, he, I believe, is Susando. I think that's him. Yeah, he's pretty cool as well. He's got something weird strapped to his back there. But yeah, the quality on these is great. Mould lines and gaps, pretty good. A little bit of a problem sort of tucked in here. So again, for painters, just be aware of that. Then, right, let's go with this one, which is Rujin, I think. Rujin, is that right? Yes, that's Rujin. So, yeah, that's pretty sweet. He's got this weird sort of dragon tail thing going on. Really, really liking him. And if you're a painter, this kind of flamey water effect here, you're going to have all sorts of fun with that. Now, this character, this is Tsukomi. I apologise for any Japanese watchers for massacring the pronunciation. So yeah, he's pretty cool as well. A little bit flat maybe, but yeah, still enjoyable character. Let's go to this one next. So this is, hold on, have I got 2 the same? Where's my Hatchaman? Okay, looks like I might be contacting Cool Mini or Not for getting hold of this character, so need to check on that, but yeah, looks like I'm missing a mini. And then Amaterasu. So let's just put them next to each other. There you go. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. It's holding a snake and a sword. This brilliant sun symbol on his back, or her back. I think it's a he. Really, really nice. And obviously, at some stage, I hope to show you this character. So yeah, let me get on to Cool Mini or Not. They're pretty good at getting things sorted out. So there you go, that's Cami Unbound, and obviously on the back it gives you some nice blurb, tells you that it's an expansion for Rising Sun. So that's pretty much it. That's all the unboxing done, really. There is obviously the coins and the playmat. So my one more thing for you is to show you the playmat, and then I'm going to have to try and get this to the table, get some games in so I can actually give you my opinion of it. Now, I've already formed some opinions because about 4 months ago the Dice Tower managed to get hold of a copy from Gen Con and play it. They've also done a couple of live plays since then, including one this week. So I am in two minds as to whether or not to bother with that part of my coverage of Rising Sun. Maybe I'll just give an overall impression once I've got the replacement parts and also had a play with a couple of player counts. Looks like 3 and 4 player is the sweet spot for the game, giving you different dynamics. The coins are great, so don't really feel I need to show you. You can see them, they've got decent heft, nice metallic tone. So let's just roll out the playmat and show you that. Well, we're back to where we started with the Rising Sun playmat, so let me get it out the tube. Fair warning, if we had smell-o-vision, I believe, because this is neoprene, it might have a little bit of a whiff when you first take it out, but if you leave it to air, that smell will go away. And apparently it's absolutely beautiful, and of course you're going to get to see this lovely piece of art. Let's get the box or tube open. Right, well, we've got the tube open, and after I recovered from gagging from the smell, it is quite strong. If you have a little bit of a whiff, I recommend you don't do that. The print quality looks pretty good. The colours, not quite as vibrant as the base box, I think, but you know, not far off. Really, really nice. And a stitched edging neoprene playmat. Really, really good. Let's just have a look at some of the details here. So there you go. Make sure it's nice and in focus. Look at that. That is lovely. Let's have a look at our Gribbly Beast. Hold on. This is sticking a bit to my surface here, so it's a little bit hard to move. There you go. Our little Krakeny figure. Fantastic. Gotta show this infamous Japanese piece of art. That is really stinky. Yeah, so definitely leave it to air for a bit before playing on it. And our lady blowing away, causing problems. Oh, we've got to show the waterfall, showed it last time. The colour a little bit muted, but yeah, still pretty bright and beautiful. There you go. Fantastic. Anyway, let's have a quick look at how big it is relative to the game box. Okay, so I got the game box tucked up in the corner of the map, and it just keeps on going and going. There you go. So it's pretty big. I'm going to quickly get the map out of here just to show you the size comparison. Okay, so again, this corner up here is lined up. So you've got extra space here. What's that? 3-4 inches, something like that. And then when we come across to here, you've got all this extra room here as well. So a lot more space for your minis to be placed on, and then up the top there, as you can see, you've got a whole nother section there. So is it a requirement? No, you don't really need this, but slightly bigger map gives you a bit more space for your minis, lets you see the artwork. Color wise, as you can see, the red and the red looks pretty similar, not quite as intense on here, slightly fainter color, very visible here in the flesh. On the camera, I think you can just about see the colour tone difference, but pretty good match. Anyway, there you go. That wraps it all up. I have no more Rising Sun to show you until I actually get it to the table and play it. So I decided to rush this out because every man and his dog's releasing a Rising Sun video. So I thought, yeah, let's join the party there. I've got some impressions, and I don't think it is a Blood Rage type game. There are similarities, but after I've played it, I'll be able to speak about that in more detail. But my gut reaction is it has elements of Blood Rage about it, but it's not a Blood Rage successor. It's part of the Blood Rage family. So if you don't like Blood Rage, you might like this. We'll see. Anyway, more once I've played some games. So until then, happy gaming.